The enthralling tale of a persistent search culminates in a horrific final excavation that rewrites history and challenges the human imagination. Prepare to be astounded because reality is more magnificent than your wildest dreams. It's the Lagina brothers again, and during the final phase of excavation at Oak Island, they made a terrible discovery. With their crew on the 140 acres of the supposedly cursed Oak Island, the Lagina brothers, along with metal detector expert Gary Drayton, had primarily discovered clay, wood, and metal implements. However, they had also come across a number of rare artifacts. But what precisely are these insanity-inducing discoveries they made during the final Oak Island excavation? As we unearth each piece of treasure discovered in the final section of the Curse of Oak Island, the truth becomes apparent. When the excavation reached a depth of 0t, a subterranean vault that had been concealed for a long time was discovered. There was an overwhelming sense of surprise and disbelief. The group cautiously entered the room, their pulses racing in anticipation. Inside its dimly lit confines, they witnessed an extraordinary sight. Before them was a glittering tableau of extraordinary wealth, comprised of piles of gold and silver coins, antique artifacts, and priceless diamonds. The treasure was quickly estimated to be worth billions, making it one of the most significant discoveries in history. The artifacts disclosed a rich history connecting Oak Island to antiquity and validating long-debated hypotheses. As news of the discovery spread like wildfire, it attracted the attention of historians, archaeologists, and treasure hunters all over the globe. Specialists dedicated their time to discovering the treasure's origins and legends, making Oak Island the focal point of an intense investigation. The Lagina brothers have spent their entire 9-season tenure searching for treasures believed to have been buried on the island by the Knights Templar, British soldiers, or even Spanish pirates. In the Season 1 finale of The Curse of Oak Island, titled The Find, metal detectorist Steve Zazik discovered an inscribed coin while investigating a swamp. Later, it was determined to be a copper Spanish 8 coin from the 17th century. In the Season 2 premiere, Once In, Forever In, the coin was cleansed and examined, revealing that 1652 was inscribed on the reverse. Further examination of the coin confirmed that it had been lost in the marsh for hundreds of years and was not a recently deposited object. All indications pointed to the fact that this was a legitimate historical discovery, the first of many throughout the program. Could this inconspicuous copper coin be evidence of previously undiscovered pirate treasure? The Lagina brothers certainly appeared to be on the right track in their search for Oak Island's concealed wealth. In the second episode of Season 2, Return to the Money Pit, treasure hunter Gary Drayton discovered not one but two distinctive treasures while metal detecting. His first discovery was made near Oak Island's shore, where he and his associates uncovered a button from a 17th-century military officer's uniform. Although it remains unknown to which military it belonged, it could serve as evidence that a military presence was responsible for some of the confidential activities on the island. Meanwhile, Drayton and his companions made their second find of the day in a nearby forest, a small coin concealed in the soil. This coin appeared to be a 17th-century marav, similar to the one discovered in the previous season's finale. However, compared to other coins, this one was substantially smaller, perhaps the size of 2 maras as opposed to 8. Even though they are small, these incredible discoveries may point to a much larger treasure hidden on Oak Island. In the third episode of the second season, The 8-Pointed Star, Gary Drayton made 2 astounding scientific discoveries. This time, Drayton and his companions discovered 2 17th-century King Charles II Britannia coins buried beneath the pebbles and piers strewn along the coastline. One of the coins clearly displayed the year 1771 on its surface, indicating that they were centuries old. Where did these 17th-century coins originate? They may have been abandoned by treasure hunters in a hurry, or more intriguingly, they could have been left on Oak Island by a wealthy gang that came there to conceal their loot. Undoubtedly, the Oak Island team would need to conduct additional investigations. Diver and treasure hunter Tony Sampson cleaned the coin and observed what appeared to be a cross pattern on one side. This peculiar cross may be the emblem of the Knights Templar, who established one of the earliest global financial systems in the 13th century. Could this coin have been used for finance by the Knights Templar? Who can say? What initially appeared to be the discovery of a small Spanish marav coin may, in fact, be a crucial clue leading to a large amount of Knights Templar treasure concealed on Oak Island. In Circles in Wood, the 6th episode of the 4th season, Gary Drayton, along with associate producers and fellow treasure hunters Jack Begley and Alex Lagina, conducted metal detecting on land formerly owned by Samuel Ball, a former slave-turned-cabbage farmer. Drayton and his companions initially uncovered a piece of chain buried in the ground. But as they continued their investigation, they eventually unearthed a small copper and bronze ring. They persevered, confident that they were on the correct track, and uncovered a coin that could be hundreds of years old. Samuel Ball, one of the wealthiest residents of Oak Island, owned 36 acres of the island. Did cabbage cultivation contribute to his wealth, or did Ball discover a hidden treasure? These discoveries could represent just a minor portion of the Oak Island treasure. Oak Island remains a fascinating destination where tourists can follow in the footsteps of early explorers by delving into the depths of the money pit and witnessing the astounding discovery that forever altered the course of human history. The island serves as a reminder that there are still mysteries to be solved, secrets to be uncovered, and hidden treasures waiting in the most unlikely places. Something incredible has been found. Gold and silver have finally been discovered on Oak Island. The Lahaina crew's hard work has finally paid off, but it leaves one pressing question. Are these riches part of the legendary mystic treasure, or has Oak Island, long known for its hidden wealth, turned out to be a literal gold mine? It turns out that what they found is, in fact, silver, but it contains a small amount of lead. One particular discovery stands out: a William III shilling, a silver coin with the same diameter and matching designs. The true breakthrough happened when the crew partnered with Dumas Contracting Limited, allowing them to begin rebuilding the 18th-century old garden shaft, believed to be the original deposit site of the long-lost treasure. They had several reasons to believe the treasure would be at the bottom of this shaft. The first reason was the discovery of a collapsed secret tunnel just below the shaft. The second was that this mysterious tunnel was running west toward the Baby Blob, an area that tested highly for traces of gold, silver, and other metals. Unfortunately, their drilling efforts led to a disaster. They accidentally triggered a leak of ocean water that forced them out of the tunnel. Realizing they had fallen into an ancient trap, they saw all their hard work undone. They speculated that they had struck the flood tunnel system, but at the same time, this disaster validated many of the stories and legends surrounding the island. The Oak Island treasure symbolizes human perseverance and the ceaseless pursuit of the unknown. It serves as a monument to the ability of the human spirit to solve even the most difficult challenges. The island's name will endure in the annals of exploration and treasure hunting, inspiring future generations to investigate unresolved mysteries.